Then comes a broad problem area. So research begins with a problem. A problem does not necessarily mean that something is wrong with the current situation. It could also indicate an interest in an issue where finding the right answer might help improve an existing situation. Therefore, we define a problem as any situation where a gap exists between the actual and the desired ideal states. The next step is translating the problem into a feasible research topic that is specific and focused. So once we have selected the specific focus of our study, we need to select a perspective form which we investigate the subject. The selection of an academic perspective of the problem provide us with a vast body of knowledge that will help us to shape our own thinking and spark valuable insights on the issue. A problem areas refers to the entire situation where one sees a possible need for research and problem solving, such as problems currently existing in an organizational setting that need to be solved, areas that a manager believes needs to be improved in the organization, or conceptual or theoretical issues that needs to be tightened up for the basic research to understand certain phenomena. Next comes preliminary information gathering. So nature of information to be gathered. Preliminary information gathering via interviews, reviews, news articles, or textbooks, and the internet will help the researcher to narrow down the broad problems areas and to define a specific problem statement. Then the secondary data are the data that already exist and do not have to be collected by the researcher. Primary data refers to the information that the researcher gathers firsthand through instruments such as surveys, interviews, focus groups, or observations. Broadly, there are two natures of literature in this. Background information on the organization will be origin, size, purpose, locations, factors, management, philosophy, structure, etc. This will be useful when talking with managers and other employees in the company and raising the appropriate issues related to the problem. Then comes the literature, the body of knowledge available to you, journal, textbooks, internet. It ensures that you have a thorough awareness and understanding of current work and viewpoint on the subject area. In defining the problem statement, after the literature review, the researcher is in the position to narrow down the problem from its original broad base and define the issues of concern more clearly. Business problem translated into problem statements. You can see the problem, you can see the research objective. This is the problem statement, how you design the questions. The problem here states, frequent and long delays may translate into much frustration among airline passengers, to switching behavior, and to negative word-of-mouth communication. These feelings and behaviors eventually have negative effects on the performance and the profitability of the firm. What is the research objective? The purpose of this study is twofold. First is to identify the factors that influence the passengers' waiting experience, and the next is to investigate the possible impact of waiting on customer satisfaction and service evaluations. Based on this objective and the problem, the researcher has designed the questions. What are the factors that affect the perceived waiting experience of airline passengers, and to what extent do these factors affect the perception of waiting times? Which really gives you the answer, which will lead you to the problem-solving issues. What are the effective consequences of waiting, and how does mediate the relationship between waiting and service evaluation? How do situational variables such as fill time influence customers' reaction to the waiting experience? So all are open-ended questions, which will give you the answer that will lead to your objective.